our set that we've been playing all year that we love and we're excited about with all the singers and everything. So it's a little bit for everyone. This is neither of those things. This is us talking and playing a little bit. We're going to answer some questions from everybody. It's about the songwriting process. It's about like how we get together, how we make records, how we write songs, how we do these things. We're going to start with one thing. I want you to hear this. We're going to play you a lot of things, so we want you to hear this.
We love you, Rob. Do you guys hear that?
No.
No, they're not hearing that.
First chink in the armor, Ted.
Hold on. Does that work? Wait, sorry.
It only works if it goes out there.
It sounds great in my head.
That's amazing.
Wait, press play. Can you guys make it so everyone else can hear that? Is that a possibility?
Let it play for a second. Let it play for a second.
This whole thing doesn't work unless they do that.
Dave.
Dave, come on.
Dave. Everybody, give Dave a lot of shit. Dave.
You suck!
Right now, the amount of
You're fucking it up!
is about to make his head explode.
Dave is rethinking whether he wanted to work with us or not right now.
It's the green button, Dave.
Come on, Dave, the pressure's on!
Oh yeah, it's definitely the green button.
You guys did test this before we walked out, right? No?
Somebody's getting fired!
I'm really enjoying some Matchbox 20 in my head right now. Like I'm
All right, we're going to give this one more second and then we'll divert and do something different.
We'll try something different.
Here's the thing. To expand on what he's saying while he's trying to figure this out. Making music's subjective, right?
Yes.
I mean, there's no right or wrong, and presumably you guys are here because you like the way we make music. So, in an effort to try to figure out what it is that you guys like about our music, we're here to talk about it. Maybe answer some questions. Maybe ramble on a little too long about shit that we like or don't like.
We're kind of thinking about this as this is our fan appreciation with us. We just appreciate the fact that you guys have been with us for the last 20 years. And they asked us, we were going to do different things on the boat. And one of the things was like that we were going to come here and you guys were going to be here and we were going to do like Jeopardy. And I thought, that just seems stupid. Like, you know, as much as you would like to see us make asses out of ourselves, we can do that while we talk about music. There's no reason that those two things have to be mutually exclusive. How you doing, man?
Oh, what's up,
man?
How you doing? Good to see you. Is that working? Okay, you know what? We're gonna try something a little different. We're gonna derail this. Our plan is not
improvise.
You know what?
Thank you very much.
Let's take. Here's what we're gonna do. Our friend Randall.
Where's Randall?
Is out here.
Randall, where are you?
This is Randall. Randall Slavin, who, by the way, you know the picture of us that we use for everything. Randall is a photographer. He's a great photographer. He's been working with us for years. He's one of our best friends. He's a sexy, sexy man, ladies.
Yes, he is! I already said that! I called it over here.
Which is why you really
pretty
want to
hot.
Yes. Randall, does that microphone work?
No.
Do we hear that?
No.
That microphone doesn't work either.
Yeah, everything's working out great.
There we go, we're on.
Oh, there we are. So here's what we'll do.
Awesome.
We'll get to this, but we'll start with anybody who has a question about songwriting, record making, your favorite song, what it's about, where it came from, how we made it, like those kind of things.
Here we go.
No hair questions.
Hey, I can hear you.
Like
Randall,
how we titled, how the name of the band came about.
Oh, it's my friend. They gave me my blanket.
What's your name?
Lillian,
Where are you from?
Texas.
What do you got?
I want to know what your favorite song is.
It's not songwriting.
Your favorite song
In general, like mine.
of Matchbox.
It's hard. I mean, you know,
All of you.
like right now, like I really like. I'm a big fan of Hand Me Down. And in all honesty, I like it because of Kyle. Like Kyle is one of my favorite guitar players I've ever heard in my entire life. Not just because he's in my band, but he has this sense of like he's so prolific and he plays so well, but he plays with melody because he's a songwriter. So he plays like Joe Walsh or like Dave Gilmour. Those guys that really like played melodies when they played these solos. And when I listen to Hand Me Down, and when he goes into that last solo, that you know, like it's like one of those like great Joe Walsh Eaglesy kind of solos that just makes me feel like when we're playing that song, I'm like, I want to be that band forever. Like, I just want to be in that band.
It's so, man, it's tough to just like, people ask that question a lot, like, you know, it's kind of like trying to have a, you know, name your favorite child if you have more than one, you know, I mean, but I guess, I guess if you
like Ava better. I mean, it's...
That's out there. I guess if I had to pick one, I've said this a lot, but I like what we did with Bent. I think it's kind of a representation of, and maybe it's a good opportunity because we talked about this. Maybe it's a good opportunity to talk about how that thing evolved, because I think it's, you know, it's one thing to write a song, and then it's another thing to make an arrangement that's interesting, you know, and to create like a connection with a recording.
That's a great idea.
We all do. You know, some of your favorite songs, just not only the song but the recording you have a connection with.
Here's the funny thing, because there's two stories about this that make me laugh. One is the Ryan Adams story. Like, we were hanging out, we were doing this, we were playing a show with Willie Nelson, and we were like Willie's backup band for his birthday, and we were high.
It's Willie.
But Ryan Adams is there, and Ryan Adams comes up to me, and he was really drunk, and he goes, "Listen, that song Bent. I fucking love that song." He's like, that solo. He goes, "It's just stupid, but it's perfect. It makes perfect sense. I love it." You know?
Is that coincidental that my daughter Ava, who you just mentioned, was born 2 days prior to that, which is why I was not at that show?
That's true, you weren't.
Is that weird?
Oh, that's right.
That is strange.
I actually
Hey, can I get this guitar on?
Do I subconsciously like Bent because of that reason?
I think it's kind of cool to see, like, Rob, if you'll play this for a minute. Like, this is what it sounds like when Rob brought us Bent. He's like,
Yeah.
okay,
And I want to tell this story because you and I almost got into a fight about it.
which could be said pretty much about anything.
That white wine is totally going onto your laptop too, by the way. I'm just going to point that out right now, so that when it happens later.
So here's what happens. Like, I for that song, like, I would bring this song, and I would have.
Can I get a little more?
Yeah, I can't really hear the guitar. Can you just turn that? Yeah.
Guys, come on.
If I fall along the way, pick me up and dust me off. If I get too tired to make it, be my breath so I can walk. And you're like, shouldn't be so complicated. Just hear me and then hold me again. Can you help me? I'm bent. I'm so scared that I'll never get put back together. Keep breaking me in, and this is how we will end. With you and me, bent. So I bring in this song, and it was, at the time, like, I thought it was like that. Like, I thought it was.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, like, we get a CD. Like, at that point, we got a CD of a bunch of different ideas that Rob had, and that was on it. And, like, you hear that song, and you're like, well, okay, our job is to basically try to do something with that and not fuck that up. Because it's obviously, it's such a great melody, and you're like, well, okay, well, whatever we do, we can't mess with how great that melody is.
But then Paul gets behind the kit, because Paul used to be our drummer. For those of you that have been following along the whole time, Paul was our drummer for the first 12 years. So he gets behind the kit, we're in the studio, and he says, and my first thing is like, dude, you're fucking up my song. You're trying to fuck up my song. I don't know where to sing. And he's like, dude, can we just try? I'm like, no.
Paul actually stormed out of the studio and quit the band.
Yeah, we did. We almost went to blows. Like, we had this moment. Like, I remember. Like, I think I said on the show. I was like, be a man. Yeah. It was a horrible moment. And Paul ran out, and then Matt Soletic, our producer, kind of got us all back together and brought us all back in the room. And he's like, listen, just try it. And we did it. And then after the first real run through, I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. That was awesome. That's really awesome.